And so Paige and I are all bundled up in these beautiful scarves because today she's come up with the most brilliant solution to help keep all of our scarves organized during the snowy winter weather that we are experiencing across the country. I know you love a scarf as much as I do.
I do too, yes.
You know what I love more? Actually finding my scarves.
That sometimes is a difficult task in the morning. Or if you're like me, I see the scarf that I want and I pull it, and along comes 7 others
Everything
with it.
else. And they're on the floor.
And then you're like, do I stay? Am I late for work and pick these up? No, I'll get them when I get home.
This is basically what all of our closets look like.
That is mine. I've actually hung mine. It still doesn't work.
Pretty good.
But it takes up 2 feet of space.
Well, I'm ashamed to say
yours.
that is mine. I put mine on a hanger as well. Unfortunately, there's no space in my closet, so I put them in Alexandra's closet. Poor
I thought
thing.
those were just tiny jackets of yours.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's that
but
small.
we're not the only ones with this problem.
No, it happens to everyone.
This is more of our friends and staff members here.
But that's exactly the problem. You pull one out and they all fall. And
exactly.
that, oh boy, I don't know what's happening in that one, but that one definitely.
But that's what it looks like. And especially with the blanket scarves, they are the size of blankets.
Yes.
That's why they're called that.
Right.
So if we can find a way to organize them, which I think I've come up with.
This is brilliant.
You can see when they're down like this, you can pick up whatever scarf you need.
Very easily.
Yep. No, any scarf that you want. Which one would you like to wear? This one today?
They're really beautiful.
So then when you're done, it just goes up and you attach it and it stays there.
So it saves space and everything's organized and actually is pleasing to the eye.
Yes.
Which is also something that's important. All right, so you came in a little bit earlier and you got started on this. Show us what you did.
I did, yes. Okay, so what you see there is an actual 4x6 picture frame. You don't have to make the frame, and this is a 1x10 piece of wood. I'm just basically kind of going in between. I got the middle of it. This is gonna be our 1/4-inch dowels that hold each of the scarves. I'm just making a straight line there, but you can see that holds 7 4x6s. Do whatever size you guys want at home. I'm taking off the hardware that came with the frame because we're not gonna need that. We're also not gonna need the glass or the backing. You can get rid of all of that. So right there, I'm checking the size of my dowel. It was 5/16. And then you want to match it with the drill bit. So I've gone all the way down with the measurements that I've already made on each side. And I went in about a 1/4 inch on each side, added a little wood glue. Wood glue is our friend because it doesn't set up right away, but over 24 hours, that thing will be solid. Just give it 24 hours to dry before you start hanging some scarves on it. Now this is a piano hinge. This is the strongest kind of hinge you can use for something that's going to be holding a lot of weight. Okay. So I cut it down. My frame inside is only 8 inches. So I cut it down to that size, added it to the 1x10, which is actually 1x9.5 or 0.75. All that math, don't worry about it. Just get a 1x10 from the hardware store. I cut it to 30 inches because that's the size of my frame.
Okay. And
so this part is already done. Like we didn't have to do any miter cuts or anything.
That's great.
And because I bought both the dowels and the wood at the hardware store, they will cut it all for you.
You
just give them the list. Yes.
That's nice. And then we have to add our little hooks in the side.
Yes.
So I was talking with you earlier, you didn't even have to screw these in. You didn't have to pre-drill or anything.
I was ready to pre-drill, thinking I had to, because I've got tiny little hands, but I actually didn't. Actually, could you give me some?
Sure, I'll give you some.
Yep, some resistance there. So you just screw it in there.
Because the wood is so soft, so you should probably take into consideration you should be using really soft wood then.
Yes, or you can pre-drill. That's okay too.
Okay.
All right, so that is set to go.
Okay, now we're using some twine, I see.
Yes, so we want to get that lever effect to bring them down. So we are going to use this like a little sewing machine, kind of. Okay, so this is about 90 degrees.
Sure.
We are going to, I'll actually have you hold it for me so when we're up.
Okay, I'll hold it?
Yep, so I'm going to tie it around here.
All right, easy.
Nope, other side. I put this blue tape on. That's a little trick at home.
What's that?
You put blue tape on. If you need to go down into a hole like that, you put the tape on and it makes it easier to get it through.
Beautiful.
Yes, so I'll pull it out that end. But we're going to start at this end. I will give it a little tie, double knot it because you saw how many scarves we all have. They're very heavy.
To fall off.
They're very cozy.
But this is relatively simple. If you're a first-time DIYer, you could do this.
You definitely could. Yeah. So I drilled a 1/4 inch hole there, put the twine through, and then I'm going to go on. You can. I'm going to really need you to keep it 90 degrees when we go up there. Oh, actually, we could do it here.
Look at that.
Look at that.
All right. So if it's easier for you to do it, there we go.
So you make it taut, and then I will tie it off.
And then I noticed there's also a little piece of twine after you tie this down by the hook that you screwed in over there. What is the purpose of that one?
So that one is just going to give us a little hook so that when it's up, it stays up. And those little things are called cup hooks or C hooks.
Okay, there we go.
Cut off the excess here.
Got that.
And then you can see I made just a small little circle there, double knotted it. And I'm going to add that. You can put this down.
Turn it around.
Yep. And I will add it right here. You're going to want to add it to your picture frame. So kind of eyeball it, go about 1/2 inch down.
With a stapler?
With a staple gun, yep. And
could you glue this?
You definitely could glue it. I was thinking of doing gluing and stapling, so that way you have both.
The security. So now we hang it on the wall with a French cleat. With the
French cleat. And that also, I think between the piano hinge and the French cleat, you have the most stability to work with, and then you can put all your scarves.
All right, yes, work.
I know, here.
This is amazing, Paigey. You put your favorite ones up front?
Yes.
Just like that?
Yep.
They hang beautifully. Paige, while you finish this beautiful DIY and display all of your gorgeous scarves, I'm going to tell everyone at home that for full instructions, they can go to hallmarkchannel.com. And of course, you can always visit Paige at paigehemmis.com.